Where we appreciate the bits as we are getting into our second series of the broadcast. We're getting into another round of 16 match, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tokamak, we have the Polish Protoss player representing Streamer Zone. It is Gerald. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Protoss player from South Korea representing Team Little Fairy. It is Percival. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our Terran versus Protoss matchup. Oh, hello. Here we go. As Percival, he does skirt around the edge of the map, coming in for what looks to be an eBay block at the natural, so a cheeky move here out of Percival. And welcome one and all to Tokamak. Tokamak is one of the larger maps in the map pool. Percival, he is known for all-ins. He's known for a lot of two-base play in TvP, so I favor Percival on smaller maps like Pylon, like Ultra Love, like Torches as well. On these larger maps, that's when I lean towards Gerald, but we'll see how Gerald can get into his mid-game as he's going to be delayed here at the natural. The boys are being pulled. A nice scout here by Gerald. He will shut this down. So thankfully, Gerald, he was able to go down to the low ground a little bit faster here. If he didn't have his probe on the low ground to check for something like an eBay block, then this eBay would have had more progression, and Gerald would have been forced to expand elsewhere. As, oh, he does snipe the SEV. SEV goes down, does force a cancel. Gerald can freely expand. Again, if this didn't go scouted, if the eBay was close to completing, then you can force the Protoss to expand at the third location, either the linear third base or the triangular third. If they expand at the third location, then they're more spread out, they're more vulnerable here to aggression, and the Terran player can abuse that. They can take advantage of the spread out bases, but here, that's not the case. Again, Geralt, he was able to pull the boys, shut it down, expand. So a nice response out of Gerald. Behind this, we have our factory follow-up. Again, it is going to be a delayed CC out of Percival. And we'll see where Percival takes us. For the most part, we're expecting standard play out of Geralt. He's not really one to deviate too much. We expect Twilight Council into 3-gate blink, into a third base. We have seen players go for, there's been a rise in popularity of more safe builds in PvT, opening up 3-gate blink into a robo, into extra gases, into a delayed third. But that's more the case on smaller maps. On a map like Tokamak, you can get away with greed, you can get away with a faster third nexus. So we'll see how many gateways Geralt does commit into. We'll see how safe he plays. We've also seen a rise in popularity of charge base openers as well, also to try to hard counter some all-ins. But again, they're a little bit more popular on smaller maps. Twilight Council is going to be on the way. Hellion's going to be moving out. We're getting into our 1-1-1. Now, we do have a CC, thankfully, on the high ground to float down. We'll be eventually expanding. Opening up Reactor to Hellion. Oh, okay. With this, we could even go for a medevac into a Hellion drop follow-up. But this is a bigger commitment into Hellions. No, what might drop? Hellions are moving out, and Geralt with the hallucination, he did spot the Hellions. Did spot them. He is aware. We have the Sentry ready for the force field. Stalker set up on no Sim City. Hellions are going for the dive. They're going for the mineral line. And 4 Hellions, they will one-shot. Yeah, 2 probes going down. The probes are lining up. Getting into 4, getting into 5 probes already. Yeah, without that Sim City, this is brutal damage here as the Hellions, they can get away. 6 probe kills. Nice start for Percival. Get 6 workers, pulls away. Behind this, getting towards 1-1-1 into Cloak Banshee. Checking Geralt's vision with his hallucination. He did spot the buildings, but did spot the add-ons. Didn't confirm the add-on swap. I don't know if you remember, but after the Hellions finished, we saw the add-on swap be a factory onto the tech lab, and then we add-on swapped again. So fake out here out of Percival. But I guess rescouting him. Oh, he should be rescouted. As the hallucination doesn't go into the main. Hellions, they're going to be cleaned up. Stalker's moving in, and Geralt, he has a hallucination right here, but he doesn't check the main. It doesn't recheck. And my concern here is the lack of robo. As the Banshee's moving out, so Geralt, he up. Oh, he does spot. that was very fortunate. Does spot the Banshee. Again, my concern back at home, if you're looking, we have 2-gate blink. 2-gate blink into a third base, very greedy. There is no robo, but now he throws down the robo. Thankfully, he scouted the Banshee eventually, and detection is on the way. It's delayed for sure, but it's on the horizon. As we're waiting for the second Banshee, and Gerald, he has time to react, he has time to build up that Observer. As Hallucination does chase. Gerald, ideally, he wants that Banshee or the tank. Settles for a couple of Marines. 2 Marines going down. Gerald pulling away. I glossed over, but he did go for a very greedy opener. So he has less Stalkers to work with. He's in position though, he spots the move out. He's ready here for the main push, but he is out of position to defend against the Banshees. Bearing in mind 2 Banshees, they can one-shot workers. Percival rotates over towards left-hand side. He's overextending a little bit. Percival, this army is so vulnerable. Banshees, they distract. Stalkers, oh, not reacting. Not quite reacting. Percival sneaks over towards the third. Stalkers, they come in from behind. Tanks, they do siege. More Per's going to be going down, getting up to 8 workers. And the tank's already ready for this. They punish the Stalkers. Yeah, massive shots going off, and Percival, he breaks through the Stalker line. 1 tank goes down, but that's still going to be 13 probe kills. And the third. 13 probe kills. The tank's within range of the third base. More probes going down. But these mining's being denied. Percival, can he pull this off? Charge is done. True. Yeah, charge is complete. Tanks would be falling. And it looks like Percival, he has overextended. He'll lose every single tank. And Gerald holds. Gerald, he holds, he defends. Whew. He saves the third. On the one hand, the damage was nice. The Banshees, hey, they got 13, was it 11 to 13 probe kills. The tank push itself threatened the third base, but didn't really get much done here. Traded with the Stalkers, got a shield battery, but Percival did lose everything, and he's vulnerable to a counterattack. Thankfully, it's only 3 Stalkers. Only 3 Stalkers, so Gerald, he can't really get much done across the map. Otherwise, he could totally blink into the main and deny Stim, right? He can deny these upgrades if he had a little bit more to work with. Speaking of denying upgrades, Widowmines are in position to protect Stim. Stalker's moving forward. Percival looks like he spots the Observer. Yeah, he does spot it. Oh. Never mind. Countering the main army. Gerald gets to back up. Gonna be zoned away. And Gerald is taking up towards Storm. Taking into Storm, likewise Percival, he is still trying to get his third base up and running. Coming into the mid game, Percival, he does have a pretty terrifying army to work with, that is true, but there's a bit of a window here. There's a window in time where Percival can take advantage of Gerald before their splash damage. Storm is not yet done. I bring up Storm just because of the Temple Archives. You can see it is complete here at the natural. 4th base on the way. But where's Storm? I'm hoping that Gerald didn't forget about it because we need to prioritize that. Here comes the main army. Main army's on the way. Mine shot going up. And Storm has yet to be... We have the money for it. Like, we have the money for it. There we go. Storm now on the way. This is delayed. Delayed Storm here. That is scary. That means that window is even larger than it should be. The window in time where Percival can abuse Gerald. It's there. Zealots, they do collapse on the army. Mine shot's going to be going up. Oof, they do annihilate those Zealots. Zealots are being dealt with. Percival, he's just rallying across the map, and he's here to break Gerald here and now. And without any splash damage, he has no concern about splitting. He doesn't care. It doesn't matter. He can A move back. Let's go. Storm, it's just over halfway done. Again, if this wasn't delayed, it would be complete by now. 100%. It would be done. Would be complete. Likewise, there are no Head Templar. They're not warped in. But with these Zealot Warpins, looks like this may just be enough. Zealots are rallying forward. There's no Widow Mines. No mine shots. With the hell these Zealots, Gerald, he's holding a little bit longer. Mortal doesn't get caught out. First High Templar's warping in. Storm is done. And he's got 1 Storm. And it will connect. Storm goes off. Storm goes off. Gerald, he's holding for now, but that was his one and only Storm. Oh, never mind. He's got 2. He's got a second Storm. He's holding. Behind this Percival, he's on full 3-base saturation. 4 CCs on the way. Storm is coming in. Percival does pull away. Does back up. Whew, okay. Stick out, he holds, he defends. Going for his massive counterattack. Without any tanks, without any defensive setup here. Gerald, he could try to break through. That's a lot of reinforcements. It's a lot of reinforcements. Gerald taking another expansion. Now, what's important about what just happened here is that, one, Gerald, he doesn't just survive, doesn't just defend, but didn't lose anything. His fourth base, untouched. Now his 5th base is on the way. The economy here is booming for Gerald. Now, bearing in mind he has very limited gas. You can see here, no gas at the natural, no gas at the 3rd, no gas at the 4th base. So he's heavily reliant on Zealot reinforcements. This means that if he wants to go into Colossus to support his army, and even more additional High Templar, he doesn't really have the gas for it. Very limited gas income here for Gerald. It's a very cheap army that he's working with. An army that is going to be quite vulnerable to these EMPs. There we go. Now we have the Bay on the way, 2nd Forge on the way. Upgrades are now in production, and we will soon need to take some gases. Oh. Yes, we gotta calm down. Prism does pull away. There we go. Gases are now being taken to be able to afford those Colossus. So Gerald, he's getting there. Zealots to distract. Nicely done. Keeping Percival busy, at least trying to. In a head-on fight, I do favor Percival. For the most part. Sure, there's a couple of storms ready, but look at the High Templar count, only 3 Templar. Again, because of the low gas count, the amount of Templar, the amount of high-tech units just aren't really there. Storms have a lot of potential, but every storm counts that much more just because of the limited Templar. Speaking of 1 Templar out of energy, we have 2 more in the War Prism. He's catching up. Catching up in terms of supply. Storm's going to be coming in. Very nice Storms. Oh my god. Storms, they punish the buyer. 3rd Storm, a little bit lackluster. But Gerald, he zones away. Does zone. Ooh, the Prism is going to be going down. Another nice Storm. Gerald, he's rallying across the map. But he has no Storms left. Yeah, no more Storms. No more splash damage. He's gaining ground. Vikings, that's dead supply here. At somewhere we have to land. There we go. Does land, but they're going to get caught out by the Zealots. And Gerald, he might barely have enough here. And again, the Vikings, they just weren't doing much for so long. SimCity. Planetary does finish. Well, Planetary's up, I should say. It's up. And Percival, he will hold. Behind this, rallying in disruptors. First Nova does go up. And major connections. Nice splits. Split, nice avoid. First CC goes down, gets a 2nd as well. Nice cancel. And Gerald is getting caught out. Yeah, he's getting caught out here. He's running out of Zealots, which means the Robo army is vulnerable. Expensive losses, losing a disruptor, losing the Immortals as well. One Immortal barely survives. But remember, because the gas income is so limited, losing those Robo units is actually that much more impactful. It costs that much more, or it's that much more brutal to try to replace them. So Immortals go down, Disruptor goes down, we're making 1 Colossus at a time. We still don't have extra gases, by the way. We're still only on 4. So we can't afford a 2nd Robo. That's why there's no 2nd Robo, that's why there's no double Robo production. More Zealots warping in. I mean, Zealots they can be pretty good, but... not like this. Colossus gets caught out. It's a massive pickup. Zealots trying to keep up. Does recall to the top left. But there's not really much here. Yeah, Percival dropping into the main base, pulling Geralt apart. And And Gerald, he was surviving, that is true, but he never really could threaten Percival. His one moment was his attack here outside of the fourth, where things were going relatively well until he ran out of steam. Until he ran out of zealots. As recall's on cooldown. It's a lot of warping, sir. It's a lot of chargelets. And Gerald, he's holding on. Oh, but the EMPs have arrived. Mind shots connect, and Percival here overwhelms. He just outscales Gerald here. Gerald, he's just been treading water this entire time. Wasn't quite able to get into a comfortable army. Never quite got there. Again, the strongest moment for Gerald was that attack at the fourth. How was it though? As it's going to be 20 probes going down, we'll lose the mineral line. Percival, he breaks top left, takes down the expansion, and there's no stopping Percival. Not like this, not anymore. The bio army is heavily stimmed, true, but there's only so much Charles can do on their own. There's a Colossus. Let's go. And Colossus goes down. Again, there's just no support, there's no buffer. Army is heavily overstimmed. But again, there are no storms. And this is Gerald's final stand. His final stand, his final fight. He's doing what he can. Ooh, he does land a storm. I mean, value storm. True. And Percival just waiting for his reinforcements, waiting for the rally. He was banking up at home just in case it was going to be a run by. Now he's pushing. Moves into the fourth. And Gerald, he cannot save this. He cannot save the expansion. And GG gets called. And Percival, he will take game one. He'll take a lead in the series. GG. Whew, very intense back and forth here. Again, we saw that Percival was able to get quite a lot done early on with his Hellion run by, with his Hellion dive, dealing economic damage. And likewise, Gerald, he had a shaky early to mid game. We spoke about that storm timing. We spoke about Gerald, how he did survive up until storm, but he was trading very inefficiently in the lead up. So it was a rocky road getting to that point, surviving on 3 and 4 bases. We saw that he did choose to go for a very light gas style, staying on 2 gases for so long, and because of that, again, we spoke about how his gas units were that much more precious, were that much more irreplaceable, really referring to the High Templar, the Archons, the Immortals, the few that he did have. Once he lost his Zealot army, once he lost his buffer, once he lost his main, kind of the core of his army, I mean, that was it, that was game then and there. Referring to the aftermath of the fight at the 4th base. GG, well played with that. Almost said incorrect. Percival does take the lead in the series. Now we're getting to game number 2. Jumping into game 2. It's going to be on Ultra Love. Oh, let's go. Ultra Love being a much smaller map in the map pool. A map where Percival can be even more aggressive, even more assertive. And we'll see if Gerald can keep up. We'll see if we can force the ace match. Here we go. Oh, hello, Krista. Hello. Yo, hope you enjoy your peak. Oh, the peak gameplay. As we're getting into our next game this morning, in the bottom left-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the Polish Protoss player. We have the Blue Protoss down in the series. We'll see if you can bounce back and make a series out of this. Representing Streamer Zone, it is Gerald. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Red Terran. Leading the series 1-0, it is Percival. Go. Yes, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Bartholomas, 007, Helgi as well. Bienvenidos. As once again, Percival does move out with the initial SCV. We saw this last game where he was able to try to pull off the eBay block, but Gerald was quick to react, quick to respond, was able to shut it down. We'll see if Gerald can pull that off again. The SCV is moving in. 8 Chrononauts. P38. Yeah, and Winnie. As once again, yeah, Gerald, he was already patrolling here on the low ground, does pull the boys, and he will focus this down. So once again, good reaction, kills the SCV, and will force a cancellation on the eBay. Ooh, a bit of a waste of DPS here with one of those probes, which is a little bit unfortunate. There we go. We'll focus this down. Does force a cancel. And again, this setup could have been a lot worse for Gerald. He has been on point. Now, if you recall, last game, this led into reactor to factory, reactor to Hellion production, into a Hellion dive, into a Cloak Banshee follow-up. We'll see what Percival goes for this time. Again, he has a lot of options when it comes to how he wants to follow this up. He can go for, once again, a Hellion aggression. He can go for a Widowmine drop. He can go for earlier tanks. We'll see. So reactor is on the way. Light to anyone casting? I think Hatsu was casting in Russian, I think Hatsu was also casting. But outside of that, I think there are only 2 streams. And I believe Hatsu is covering the Yakov series. Young Yakov is up against Max. And I believe they've begun. They have started their match. From here, we have our tech of choice. Going to be a Twilight Council opener out of Gerald. Likewise, Percival across the map going into his own 1-1-1. Once again, Reactor to Hellion out of Percival. So far, looking like the same game, looking like the same setup 2 games in a row. We'll see when and if Percival does deviate. As a reminder, last game, Gerald, he opened up 2-gate Blink into a 3rd. On Ultra Love, I can't imagine we'll go for the same builds. No shot. We're expecting extra gateways. Hellion's a threat and dive. Nice force field. Does block them off. Hellions are denied. Gerald, he does defend. We have 1 gateway at the natural. We have a gateway here at the main. There we go. 3rd gateway. As we mentioned, so extra gateways compared to last game. Safer play out of Gerald. Force field is available. Hellions are being shut down. Again, much cleaner defense here. We have some Sim City. We have a wall. We have the force field. And Gerald, he will not lose 8 probes. Not early on, not this time. And we spoke about this build last game, how we've seen a rise in popularity of this. 3 gates Bling with a Robo on 2 bases. Now, we could commit a little bit further and take extra gases as well, but Gerald, he's in position to expand. Never mind, expanding away from Percival instead, which will delay the Nexus by a couple of seconds, but still on the way. So it does back off. Behind this, we'll have a couple of Hellions here to threaten a dive, drop into the main base as well. Gets a probe, forces a recall. Does force a recall. Hellions, they do get in. 3 Hellions, they get 1 shot. They can 1 shot, they have to line up the shot, so we go 2 probes going to be going down. Getting to 3, getting to 4. Not bad. Despite the early wall, despite the Sim City, Hellions, they still find some damage. Marines are still in the middle line, 6 probes going down. Depowering Blink. Twilight Council depowered, Blink is delayed. Nice pick goes here by Percival, and he backs off. Does pull out, does back off. Very nice damage. Again, initially I was liking Gerald's position. He was defending well, but Percival, he did find a way. Did distract. Oh, paused. As we do have a bit of a pause. Hopefully everything's okay. And maybe Uber Eats are at the door. I'm very sad also. I mean, but we will need a moment. Oh, never mind. We're back.
Game resumed.
It's gonna cut out of game, but there we go. So hopefully everything's okay. Thankfully, the pause did occur when there was no intense engagement going on or anything like that. Oh! As Raven gets caught out. Nice pickup. Gerald does catch the Raven. Percival going back into the main. Remember, recall's on cooldown. Does another probe. Another 1, 2, another 3 probes going down. And without blink, the medevac, ooh, can get away. Can barely get away. Snipes that sentry. Percival, calm down. Gets 5 probes in the sentry. Ay, ay, ay. Percival. From here, he's building up back at home, going for earlier stims. His stim is on the way. He's done with tank productions, only 2 tanks. Focusing on this bio, stim, +1. And will eventually move out with that timing. The pressure is now on Gerald. So Gerald, he has to resaturate. He is taking extra gases. Or he soon will be, as he's going for a Bay as a follow-up. Going for Colossus. Not going for Storm. Not this time. So Colossus are on the horizon. Forger +1. Stalkers they poke in. Don't get much done though. Stalkers are going to be forced back. So it's going to be slowing this down. We do have the drop into the main. Thankfully, there's a warp in. Does reactively warp in. Drop does threaten. This does allow Percival to move out across the map, and we'll see if he can get on top of the third. Yeah, once again, nice target firing. Takes down 7 probes. Jesus. 7 probes going down. Tanks they siege up. Charge is still not yet done. Percival is moving in. Yeah, he's still moving in. Zel's still distracted in the main base. 14 probe kills. That 1 drop in the main is popping up. And he's pulling Gerald apart. It's just too much damage here. Massive tank blows here on the Immortal. The Immortal goes down. Tanks they survive. And Gerald, he has been broken. Just hyper aggression out of Percival. These drops have got insane damage. Another 14 probes. 25 in total. And he's done it. He has done it. There's just not much left. Oof, mine just going off, forcing friendly fire. But GG, Percival, he will claim the series 2-0. He will overwhelm. He will advance on to a qualifying match. GG. Whew. Did I read that correctly? Is it a qualifying? Yeah, it is. There we go. I wasn't too certain, but GG, well played. Percival, he will claim the series 2-0. Game 1 was a little bit more back and forth here, with Gerald being hyper greedy and just kind of getting away with it. It was a little bit shaky there. In the end, he did overextend. He did lose his army, and things just snowballed out of control. Here in Game 2, Percival, he was so much more committed, so much more aggressive, so much more in the face of Gerald, and Gerald, he just could not breathe when it came to the Hellion harass, the drop play time and time again. Gerald just being torn apart between his main base, his third, and his natural. GG, well played. Very impressive play here by Percival. He will advance on, and let's catch up on the bracket. Let's figure out where we are. Let's go.